And we are back for Red Hot Racing Circuit. Wondering what the holdup is on the time loop for whatever reason. It's because I'm trying to get two people to do an episode with me at the same time, but they refuse to be on at the same time. And honestly, I think if I see one of them today, I might just deal with it because it's kind of getting irritating. But yeah, we are here now in F1 instead because I have to record something. I got a week off of F1, so screw it. We're gonna go with that. Monaco. Not even so much fun because I don't hate driving it completely. It usually gets kind of boring because nobody can pass anywhere.
One of the most difficult circuits on the racing calendar. Welcome to Monaco for today's Formula One qualifying.
Yeah, I do have it. I don't know why I'm about to like just keep it on default. It's just an ERL. I can change that. Of course, like I knew what I was doing. Too early. Ow. Still purple. Ow.
Be careful with the front wing.
Ow.
Taking some minor damage.
Yeah, well, I know I can do probably would have better than that if I actually took the swimming pool chicane, like, I actually knew what I was doing.
Car repairs have set us back a little.
Okay, we're just gonna pretend most of that didn't happen, okay? Because that was not great, yeah.
Best lap so far is a 1:12.0.
It certainly wouldn't be boring if I started here, but God, no. Just no. I'm 18th. Yeah, that was apparently absolutely useless. Car almost didn't turn there at all. Of course, Max barks for literally the 4th time in 20 minutes. Alright, well. That's not return to garage. I don't quite get how on some career modes I can take pole in this with like a little shitter car like a Toro Rosso or a Williams, but now I'm in a Mercedes, the difficulty is basically the same and I can't even get close. Like, what? I guess McLaren doing this is one thing, except, like, what about everybody else?
We're 15th in the speed trap, 178.0 miles per hour.
Oh, that's probably part of it too. I don't need that much fuel. I mean, I guess if we started here, it wouldn't be terrible. But it's just like, I think the goal on the contract is like.
You're doing a great job. We're much higher up the field than we expected to be.
Okay, no, I thought it was 4th, but then Jeff literally just chimed in like, oh, by the way, you're doing better than expected. Keep going. I was like, okay, well, now I'm not. Where did Alfa Romeo even come from today? Alright, now that I've literally cut the fuel load basically in half. Oh, I'm going to miss that. I don't even know what, not really sure what just happened there. I didn't really feel like it was 2/10 faster, but I guess it just kind of was. Oh yeah, I've apparently summoned Cam by the power of playing F1. Oh great, and I'm gonna have traffic in the way. I think. Aren't you Alfa Romeo supposed to be fast today? Son of a bitch.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
Okay. Well, I certainly wouldn't get away with that normally. 3rd, I don't know.
Our best lap.
Our best lap.
Qualifying complete.
5th. I did outdo Kadim.
And Sebastian Vettel. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you.
What are you doing? Come on, Kurt Wilde. We're in a street race. You should be better than that. And why is Natsuki suddenly so good? Usually her doing good out of nowhere is normally like a Azerbaijan Monza type thing because of power unit in the Racing Point, but I guess that's no longer exclusive.
Good day today. Let's have your take.
I know what I'm about to hear about.
Are you happy with where you'll be on the grid tomorrow?
It seems fitting you'd say that at
I
Monaco.
think it's great how much your team has been focused on developing your car. You left some bodywork out there on the track. Appreciate your time.
Claire, do you know where we are? That just kind of comes with the territory. I hate my charging cord. It's like the little prongs or whatever that, like, keep it in, whatever you've plugged it into, just broke. And so it'll just pop out of literally everything, and it's driving me insane. Eee.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
I'm pretty sure after, if assuming all of this goes in at Canada, we're literally going to be dead even with every other team. It's going to be a four-way tie for best car on the grid, and it's going to be hilarious. Which is weird because Ferrari... Oh, their problem is just their aero. I was gonna say, like, McLaren is below Red Bull in every category. How are they still even with them? And Ferrari has like a miles better chassis, which makes me wonder why it didn't put it on pole. But no.
Proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Alexander Albon will lead us away from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2.
That just
Moving
sounds
on
cursed.
to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Falcon, and Perez, Hamilton, Bottas, Raikkonen, and Daniel Ricciardo.
Okay, don't try anything silly into one. It's gonna be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble.
Something crazy out of one, however, is not off the table. You make up two spots on the start at Monaco, that just doesn't really happen, you know? But here we are.
Nice start.
the Suwako is just out of here. Doesn't really seem like there's much I can do about it yet. Ugh. Nose is itchy. I don't really have the... I'm already trying to do too much at once. I don't need to scratch my nose too. That's not helping. We're good. The guy that rode is bumpy there and just kind of swings the car into that turn for you, because I would have totally missed if that were a flat corner. At least on this track, ERS is not the hardest thing to keep track of, since you spend like 2/3 of the race distance on the brakes, or off throttle at least. Okay, okay, ow, ah! Okay, okay. Okay, this time I have survived. I have survived, barely. Let's maybe get a bit of this fuel out of the car. Oh, because that always makes such a difference. Also, I say conserving ERS isn't much of a problem yet. I'm still really low on it right now. I think Suwako might, for most intents and purposes, have this race won already, considering that's quite a distance. That's quite a distance to have for the lead at Monaco, especially if it's not a full distance Monaco race. That's a lot of cutting. Okay, no, I like just risky. Pretty much. Oh, bye, Taylor. We're good. Maybe I should try to think about putting it in, putting it to my left there. I saw the red arrow. And I was like, I know I missed, but not that much hit, Raymu.
Virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Okay, slow down.
How can I go much slower? I'm doing the speed limit around here.
Reduce your pace. Ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags. Green flag.
Yeah, the VSC didn't really have to pop up if by the time the thing ended, the person that quit the race is still on the track. I don't think I'll be catching Amy either. Oh, not when I do that! God, darn it. Nah! God. There we go. Okay, maybe that's why she's getting away. I forgot I've been really disappointed. Yeah, good, I'm undercutting. Let's just hope I don't get... Well, I mean, obviously I'm putting traffic. It's a matter of who, where, and if they'll be pitting or not. Probably not, knowing my luck. But I'll probably get behind somebody that's on, like, hards right now, and I'll have to sit behind them until they eventually go in, like, lap 15. If I don't do something stupid to get clear of them. As I seem to remember having to do last season. I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody, and it was annoying.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
Jeff, that's like the last corner you should be talking to me through. Also, the pit line is not that challenging here, because you're already pretty much going that speed by the time you get to it.
Go, go, go.
Because it's kind of a tight corner. Ugh, I can scratch my ear. Leader is somehow falling to 10th. Okay, no, I'm actually pretty much clear from all traffic. I'll probably catch them by the end of the lap, but the car in the back is also on soft tires, meaning they'll go in the next lap or two anyway. So now I just have to spend this time driving not like a total idiot, and I can gain some time on Amy. I think Suwako is a lost cause. I think she's already pretty much got this race in the bag as long as her car doesn't expire. And this is my luck we're talking about, that's not gonna happen, so yeah. Yeah, I've already basically caught him. In goes Kadim. Purple sector because I have new tires. I'll get DRS, which will end up being more like DRS on vert than anything else. He's also on reds, so I wanted to worry about him next lap. I can try something sooner, I don't know if I want to though. Fuck, I can control time. Doesn't get much cleaner than that around this track, I'm gonna tell you. Great, it's always you, isn't it? Oh no. Well, I mean, that wasn't really what I had in mind, but considering I wasn't about to try and follow her through here, I will take it. Oh, there's Suwako. She's got traffic too. So this is now a race. How did I not... rig. How did I not get DRS? Oh, Amy just jumped both of us. Oh dear. Well, okay, she didn't jump me, because I was already behind her, but to jump Suako, so this is going to get interesting now. Ow. Somehow not damaged. Also, the AI are cornering about as well as I can, and they have like 6 wings because they're AI. That's one thing that makes Monaco kind of annoying. Oh, I hate following people into this corner! I hate it so much! Can't see where the freaking racing line is, there's an AI on top of it. Ah! God, I hate it. Blech. And you are not fast right now, Suako. Ah! You're slow in every corner, but you have so much less downforce than me. You're not supposed to even do that at Monaco. Anything less than like 9.9 downforce is like unsafe. Now you're just letting Amy get away. There is no medium, there is no not something ground. Middle ground. Why did I not think of that word? Please turn. Oh, God!
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
You look at this isn't NASCAR, Suako.
We're leading our teammate by 3.8 seconds.
Yeah, Amy's now won this instead. Because, well, Suako's defending me into turn 1. Like, seriously? Are you retarded? And I'm never gonna get her anywhere else because of that. That's not driver error, that's just having, like, literally half the downforce that I do. And as you can see, I demolish her into the chicane every time. I'd probably demolish her in that corner if I could actually see where I have to brake for it. I'm now getting angry, so I'm screwing up this third sector because I've been stuck behind this dumbass for the last 4 laps. I didn't think the traffic would be the leader. God! I was faster than her there, too. Goodbye! God, that was painful. I hope I damaged your car. Jeff, where have you been? And if you're ever looking for an explanation as to why passing at Monaco is difficult and being in traffic is not good, the documentary writes itself. No idea if I'm going even remotely fast compared to Amy right now, but and we'll see at the next 2 sector lines. How much better I am at those corners. I'm not sitting behind somebody. Am I good at them? No, but I'm certainly not as bad as I was a minute ago. Oh yeah, I guess I am catching, aren't I? See what happens when the traffic is out of my way? I'm not even referring to the Toro Rossos or anything, no. The car that should be leading right now just got trafficked. Wait. I didn't think about what that also meant in terms of human trafficking. That's also very wrong, because she looks like she's like 10 years old. Turn. Head is itchy. I'm having like dry scalp issues at like 19 years old. I don't know if that's normal or not. Ow. Okay, never mind. I did say I was better. I was good at them earlier, didn't I? And then I just like smacked the wall. Okay, but like I'm no doubt catching, but especially at Monaco, catching is different from overtaking. Totally valid line, you cannot argue otherwise. The game didn't say anything.
If you think you can get past, increase ERS deployment to overtake mode.
But I think I can get past. Jeff, I cannot get past from nearly 2 seconds back. This isn't Monza. I didn't miss. Thought I would too because I was in the wrong gear. Oh, now the real fun begins. Okay, no it doesn't. My head is itchy. Now the real fun begins, and I have not missed a corner. I'm not going to do it here, but...
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
I intend on it. Ow. Oh, missed. That's not helpful. I don't need overtake.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
My god, those lines just need knocked in the game. I can see how much fuel I have. It's never gonna work into this corner unless I'm already alongside them because they defend, but that's not a car width there. It would be if the wall behaved normally, but it just doesn't. That's instead how you have to do it, I guess. Works for me. It brings you into place. That brings me into the lead, forehead. Ow. You know, the game in the little, like, pre-race, like, practice tip says to avoid that curve because you'll bottom out and understeer into the, quote, most embarrassing crash ever. But, like, that's the way you kind of have to take it when you have a controller, because otherwise the car doesn't turn it up to... What the fuck? The car doesn't turn it up to take that hairpin correctly. Or if it does, you don't make it by much. Okay then, that's where I have to brake. Don't know why the car didn't brake. Let's do it again.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Of course, now that I pointed out that line needs to not exist, he's going to say it every chance he gets. He's going to say there's only 1 lap of fuel remaining too, I guarantee. Oh, that's fair amount. Here's something that's kind of gonna throw me off though. Mercedes have already used the gearbox. They had a failure on one in their first race, I guess, or after the first race. Maybe it's during the practice. I don't know. But either way, they completed Bahrain in every race up to this point with a second gearbox. So I'm going to have a very not happy gearbox into Canada, which is generally much more concerning than it is at Monaco, where power doesn't mean quite as much. But, you know, if I'm missing 8th gear at Canada, for example, that's going to kill me. If I'm missing 4th gear at Canada, that's also going to kill me because of all the chicanes. If I'm missing 1st gear at Canada, that's going to kill me. of this race in general. Surprised it said there's only we have only one lap of fuel left. I know as soon as I put it in rich, he's gonna tell me to try and drop the fuel mixture.
Less than a lap of fuel now.
There it is. Was it worth it? I mean, I guess.
Fantastic. You've won the Grand Prix.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So I see one of the Ferrari drivers stand on the top podium instead of the second or third.
Vulcan increases their championship lead. Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, I certainly didn't have any complaints with Kevin Magnussen's performance today. Incredible driving.
It's
Didn't
time to see
score.
how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You were cutting your way through the field during the race. Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. Things looked close between you and your rival for a bit, but you came out on top, didn't you? You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you...
It's Monaco!
Great. Well, that's everything.
God, that's such a hard concept to get behind. It's Monaco! If you didn't tap a wall a little bit, you weren't trying hard enough. Alright, how much one bet at least one of those parts didn't go in. I know what you're talking about. I had the fastest lap of the race. But I still won the rivalry anyway, so. think that's maximum reputation.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event.
No! I refuse. Alright, well, that'll be it for this episode. Look at that R&D and stuff. Well, I'm gonna look at the current developments. Ah, yeah, it appears they went in. Yes. And that one I'll put us basically tied with every other team at the top here. And then Alfa Romeo is a distant 5th. Williams is still dead.